this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. And I like to take a minute. So sit right there. I'll tell you how I became a teacher out of thin air. Let's touch my tell the truth, shouldn't never look. Boom, here you go, babe. Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. No denying. So I'm like, shouting business, child. Be blessed. Oh wait. Oh my gosh, y'all. Hey. Cause I call all of y'all my sisters, so why wouldn't I come out? Come on now. Blessings to the king. Y'all, also this book right here. 10 out of 10 coming in. There we go. Okay. What's up, my brothers and sisters, cousins, and hipsters? It's your girl Lex, and we are back. Welcome back to a channel where we focus on living life not just to survive, but to truly thrive through the blood of Jesus Christ. So if you know the vibes, then go ahead and subscribe so we can get right into this video. So y'all, today, welcome back to another Get Ready With Me. I don't know how I've all of a sudden decided that this is what I want to do, but we are going to do another Get Ready With Me. So I have my handy dandy makeup bag right here. And what I'm going to do, baby, today, I'm going to tell it all. Like, I am going to give y'all the full inside scoop. So, y'all, it all started when, let's just say last Thursday. So, well, let's say Thursday before last. So, Thursday before last, I went to therapy. And I was telling my therapist, like, I feel like God is, like, pushing me to move, but I just am not sure what direction he's encouraging me to go in. And you know, I'm not the type to just make a step. I want to be completely certain that this is where God is sending me. So I was like, I feel like he's pushing me to move, but I mean, I just don't know where. If I don't know where, I'm not gonna go. And I was telling her, like, you know, I'm not really the type to just apply for jobs. I just kind of trust God to, like, they just follow my life. Like, I trust him to just, boom, here you go, babe. This is where we're going. This is what we do next. So then I went to have dinner with, or we had Bible study with Khadijah. And I was telling her the same thing. I was like, girl, I just feel like God is just pushing me to move. And at that time, I thought he was pushing me to go to, well, I really didn't. I can't sit here and say that I thought that. I really want to say that I thought he was pushing me towards grad school, but I felt like he was pushing me to switch jobs. And I wasn't looking for jobs, so I didn't have my eye on anything in particular. I just wasn't looking, because I liked my job. I did. It had its problems like every other job, but I really enjoyed my job. So I was telling my friend, I was telling Deej about that, and then she was like, she asked me, like, so are you just like waiting for God to push you out? Or I think that was Nia, actually. I want to say that was Nia. So Nia was like, so what, you just waiting for God to push you? Like, you waiting for him to move you? And I was like, I don't like how that sounds, but I mean, like, that's kind of what it's giving. I mean, like, I kind of am waiting for God to just like, okay, girl, this is where we going. So, I mean, hey, you know. So that was Thursday. So Friday, Khadijah called me, or she texted me like, hey, somebody we went to high school with just got hired on at this job, and you know, they're hiring for teachers, and they're like, okay. So I would have been taking a pay cut, like literally a $2,000 pay cut, but at first I was working at a nonprofit, and you know, if you know, in the nonprofit world, like, it's like a thing to be wondering about, like, where the money is gonna be, how we gonna get it, grants, all that type of stuff. So basically, I was saying that to say, I've never been, even at the job that I was working, like, I was never one to worry about money, because God is my source. Like, the job, whatever job, the funder, whatever the thing is, that's a resource that God used. And just like God will use that resource, God will find another resource to provide for his children. So I was willing to take the pay cut, is basically what I was trying to say. So I was like, okay, because I felt like I was telling me to move, and this thing just dropped in my lap. So I was like, okay, you know, have them call me and I'll interview for it. So that Saturday I worked an event, which allowed for me to go to work on Monday that following week. So I am in bed after church, because I don't know if y'all know, but after church naps really hit different. So, but I can't take one today because I got a lot of work to do. So anyway, I was in my bed taking a nap Sunday afternoon, and the school called and was like, hey, you know, sorry I couldn't get back to you a little sooner, but are you able to come in and interview tomorrow? And I'm like, actually, I am. So I had my interview done next day at 10 o'clock. I walked in the room. They asked me maybe like 4 questions. I answered those like 4 questions, and then they said, oh, you know what? We like it. Let's do it. When can you start? I said, did I just get a job? Like, huh? What do you mean, let's do it? And they're like, yeah, you just got a job. Like, how much of a notice do you need to give your current job? Da 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 da, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh, we're moving. Okay, great. God, let's just do it. So, what else I got to do? So that day I went, I did all my stuff that I need to do. I put my 4 weeks notice in because my old job required a 4 weeks notice, y'all. Ooh, baby. So my old job required a 4 weeks notice. So I put my notice in, and then went on about the day on Monday. Tuesday, I like to go to the movies with my mom and my aunt. So we go to the movies, and I tell my aunt, we sitting in the line waiting for snacks. I tell her, hey, I just want to let you know, because, you know, I'm going to keep you up to date, baby. I put my 4 weeks in. And she's like, oh my gosh. She said, okay. That's what she said. And I'm like, okay. And we'll talk about that later. So I said, yeah, I'm going to teach at a school. And she's like, oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me that? Because I could have a position for you at my school. And I'm like, why didn't I tell you that? I told you back in April that I wanted to be in the school. So she, so I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. Like, I believe that there's a position for me when I see a position for me. So she goes on about her business that day. And the next day, she called me like, hey, they got to call you for a position that pays more than what the other school's paying and pays more than what I was making on my old job. And y'all, that right there, shouting business. So I'm like, okay. But I'm still waiting for, oh man, messed up. I'm still waiting for the actual district to call. So I go on about my day. The next day, waiting for her and the district. Oh no, that was the same day. So she called me the next day, and now I'm like, okay, so I'm just waiting to hear from the actual district. And so as I'm waiting, I get a call from my old supervisor, and he's like, hey, you know, what time are you expecting to be back here? And I'm like, you know, I gotta just make this one quick stop and then I should be back. And he's like, okay, what time are you expecting that to be? So now that in my head was a red flag, because any other time it would have been like, okay, cool, I'll see you when you get back. But this is giving urgency. Like, what's up? What's going on? So I make my way back, and I get pulled into the office with my boss and the big boss. Mind you, they require 4 weeks notice. I put my 4 weeks notice in 2 days ago. So I'm expecting like 3.5 weeks still. So they reach out to me and was like, hey, you know, first of all, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Huh? Why are we having this conversation? you did absolutely nothing wrong. I just wanted, they put me in and like, hey, some things didn't go how we were expecting. So, instead of finishing out in 4 weeks in September like you were supposed to, would you be able to just finish out this week? Huh? I'm sorry. Come again, say what? What do you mean? So I started crying. But then I was like, okay, girl, God is setting something up. He's setting something up. I don't know what, I don't know how, but he is setting something up. So I'm like, that's fine. Like, okay, if that's what needs to happen, that's what needs to happen. And I told them, I was like, and she even asked me, like, the big boss, she was like, hey, please don't think this was anything personal. Like, if we, both of them was like, if we had it our way, you would not be leaving at all. So, and I was like, I couldn't. Oh, she leaving? Yeah, it's 9:28. I was like, I couldn't make this personal if I tried. Like, I know that it's what's best for the company. And then she was like, well, and even with you being able to start with the students would be great, but at this point in time I got 2 different offers. I don't know where I'm going. So I'm like, yeah, start with the students. So my timeline moved from having 3.5 weeks to prep, plan, and prepare to having like 2 days to figure out where I'm going. So I'm like, all right, God, like I said, I trust you. So whatever you're doing, I don't want you to do it without me. Whatever you're doing, I trust you to do it better than I could. I asked you to give me a move, and you provided a moving truck. So, all right, let's do it. Then at the end of the day, y'all, I found out that so basically I found out that for whatever reason their budgets took an extreme cut. When I say extreme, I mean extreme. And once again, like, I was devastated for the company, but I mean, it just, that's a shot and move. Like the fact that God orchestrated it the way that he did, like, because he knew when it was gonna happen, he knew how it was gonna happen, he knew what it was gonna look like. So he just was like, okay, girl, let's go, babe, it's time to get up out of here. So and you know me, it's hard for me to let go of anything. So of course I'm still I done been back to that place like 20 times, just, hey, yeah, did I leave a name tag here? So, okay, what else? Okay, so then I finished out my week there. That was pretty much the end of that. Nothing else really major happened with them. But now I'm still in the process of trying to figure out which school I want to go to. So now one school I would have been locked into the room for the entire year. The other one was an opportunity to do like long-term subbing. So basically, whenever people have like what's the word, like medical leave or like family leave, anything that's like an extended absence. So I'm not just in a classroom for a day or two. So I really still get the opportunity to, oh wait a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyway, I'm praying because I'm like, God, I don't want to just take an opportunity because it pays more, but I don't want to, I also don't want to like discredit the way that you just blessed me in this season. So I'm like, okay, at this point, you need to tell me what to do. And I told God, and I'm not saying that you should talk to God like this, but this is just what I do, okay? So I told God, I said, okay, God, I have made my decision, but I trust you wholeheartedly. Like, if you want for me to go to one school or the other, I need you to write the vision and I need you to make it plain. So I told him, like, I made my decision, but if you want me to go the other way, just let the offer letter fall through. Like, don't let it get here before the day I'm supposed to start. So I was supposed to start on August 21st. which is the day before my father and my grandfather's birthday, with the other school. On August 20th, which is the vlog that I posted before this, on August 20th, the school reached out to me and was like, hey, we have your offer letter. It's coming in your email in like 30 seconds. So, what y'all think I did? I took that position. Okay. So, basically that's how we ended up there. Fast forward to 2 weeks later, I am in the position, baby, I have been talking to God like, God, did I make the wrong decision? Like, was I moving too fast? Like, did you only go to the school, girl? What did you want me to do? Mind you, y'all, I took a spiritual gifts test. So I took a spiritual gifts test, and then I also and y'all, guess what my highest result was on my spiritual gifts test? Teaching. Girl, God makes no mistakes. It'll preach. It preached. God makes no mistakes. So I'm in a position. I've been asking God, like, did I make the wrong decision? To spiritual gifts test. And then today, God revealed to me, like, God was just like, girl, why do you think it was a school that I put you in? Like, if God can do this with a school, he could have did it with a law firm. He could have did it with a doctor's office. He could have had this connection to a shrink's office. He could have had this connection to a bank, anything in the world, but it was a school. And in my devotional, I've been realizing that God is strategic. Like, God is the master strategist. Like, he is the divine orchestrator. So if God is the divine orchestrator, if God is the divine strategist, lean into his strategy. Like, let him reveal what he needs to reveal in time. But I'm so impatient, and I think that just because something fell in my lap, that it is not going to be work. And now, granted, I knew that teaching was going to be a beast. Ooh, but y'all, baby, I was like, my gosh, am I cut out for this? Ain't y'all? That's the work of the devil. Because I knew that God placed me there. I knew that the way it all lined up and it was all orchestrated, it had to be God. And at the first sign of oh, this is gonna be a challenge, I'm thinking I don't belong there. Girl, bye. If you don't buckle up that belt of truth, if you don't secure that breastplate of righteousness, if you don't put on those sandals of peace, walk that thing out. What else? If you don't put on that helmet of salvation, the breastplate, belt, the sandals, the helmet. Is it just the sword? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you don't get the sword of the spirits, okay? Get the sword of the spirit. Prepare for battle. Like, these kids need people warring for them. And really, really what I wanted to get on here and say was that if God is the master strategist, if God is strategic, lean into his strategy. Yes, there are challenges along the way. Yes, it doesn't make sense. Yes, them kids are hard to deal with. But God is creating a new thing within me right now. And God is creating a new thing within you in whatever new season you're in. Whether that be the new relationship, the new job, the new hobbies or habits that we're building. God is creating a new thing. So let him create that new thing. New is not always going to be comfortable. And most times it actually isn't. So another example. Okay, God, make this clear. So I just had LASIK eye surgery, y'all. This is my first time putting on makeup since I had it. I'm just praying that, you see I'm like not even putting mascara all the way down to the water line. We are very much at the root, at the ends. But some days with these brand new corneas, it's uncomfortable. But the vision is still clear. But I can still, the thing is still at work. Okay. The thing is still at work, but the feeling is uncomfortable because it's adjusting to the change that has been made. Sometimes you're not going to be comfortable as you're operating in that new space. Sometimes you're going to be challenged and you're going to be twisted and shaped and molded and forged into the being that God is calling you to be. But you have to stick with it, because even though the process is uncomfortable, look at what comes out on the other side. It's a very, very, very beautiful thing. And y'all, I'm starting to get hot. I'm starting to perspire. So I need to go ahead and before I said it, don't regret it, okay? Alright, y'all, I gotta get up out of here. But basically, that's my story. That's how life has been completely turned around for you, girl. And so God is just really working on shifting my perspective of things and helping me to let me turn this way. So God is really just changing my perspective and helping me see not only myself, but helping me see the kids and helping me see the Lord, this is different. Helping me see, he's just giving me a new perspective to help me see things more so the way that he sees them. Do I see them like he sees them? No, absolutely not. Will I ever completely? No, most likely not. But he is really working in me to refine and develop the way that I view this entire world, physically and spiritually. And y'all, also, I will recommend LASIK to anybody who wants to get it. Like, if you are a candidate, like, do it. I went to LASIK Plus out in Centerville, and then they had me do the surgery out in Cincinnati. But y'all, I woke up the night of the procedure and could see the clock clear as day across the room. And before I went in for the surgery, when I was in the car, I took my glasses out so that I could just, like, you know, see and like see how much I could see now versus how much I'll be able to see once I had the surgery. And we would be passing the highway signs. I wouldn't be able to see the signs until they were right at my passenger window. And even then, I could still barely see them. Like, it was like, okay, it was blurry still. So, I recommend it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. 10 out of 10 recommend. But okay, I love y'all. I am about to go. I still need to get dressed. So, I'm about to go get dressed. And it's only 9:45, so I might still make a little piece of Sunday school. Thank you, Jesus. Today's reading for the road is Colossians 1:16. It says, "For everything was created by him in heaven and on earth, the visible and the invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through and for him." Recently I've been learning and talking a lot about like purpose and the heart posture and things like that. And kind of what this one is speaking to me, it just reminds me that everything on this earth was created for God. Is everything being used for God? No, but such is life when you have humans who have human nature. However, everything on this earth was created to give God glory. So the best that I can do, the best that you can do, the best that we can do is use everything that we have to give God glory. And God has really been reminding me of, like, in the mundane things, in the little itty bitty moments that we wouldn't think of, like washing the dishes or taking a shower. Like, everything is ministry. Everything is ministry. Marriage, home ownership, showers. And I know you're probably thinking, like, okay, who you ministering to in the shower? Because that was the same thought that I had. But you're ministering to yourself. For one, you're pouring into yourself. For two, you can spend that time just worshiping God, just reminding yourself of his promises, just asking him to come into your day. And when you do that, that helps to, one, it helps to encourage you, but two, it really strengthens that relationship that you have. So just in everything, whatever you do, whether you eat or you drink or you party or you read or you sleep or you fold your laundry, just do it all to the glory of God. And it doesn't mean that I'm like, Lord, I offer up my clothes as a sacrifice and pray, but as I'm doing it, I can just be communing with God. And normally, you know, y'all, I used to fold my clothes, I would be listening to Trina. And I'm not even gonna go to the lyrics, but y'all, but instead of doing that, I can spend that time listening to a sermon or watching a podcast or listening to music or just have the Bible playing in the background. Typically for me, I have a wavy playlist. I love my wavy playlist. Well, I call it Wavy Sunday. I love my Wavy Sunday playlist. It has, no, I'll be listening to Clear Gospel today. It has all my music that is just like R&B that really aims to glorify God. So just really spend your time just learning him and taste and see that the Lord is good. He is good and he wants to be with you. And then another takeaway, and then y'all, I promise I'm done, I'm so sorry. God is not a respecter of person. So your stature, your accomplishments, your lack thereof, your education level, those things don't matter to God. What matters to God is your heart. Man looks at the outward appearance. Man looks at the accolades. Man looks at the things that you have. But the Lord looks at the character of your heart. The Lord, he knows you before you were born. So all that stuff, it don't matter to him. What matters to him is you as a person, not the things that you have. So take heart in knowing that God cares about you, and he is always at play and orchestrating and maneuvering and shifting things around so that you are able to, all things work for him. All things work for him, and all things work to the glory of God and for the good of his people. So if that is the case, it's all gonna work out. So let it work out. Lean into his strategy. I love you, but God loves you more. Please, go be blessed and be a blessing. Them after church naps. Whew, that preached. It preached. Anyway, hold on. I just should have read that. Un momento, por favor. Something. Okay, please don't. Oh my gosh, you did good, girl. But it do matter to me. So it matter to y'all. So better like. So alright, I love y'all. I will talk to y'all in the next video.